name is Angela Moos. I serve as the chair of the Kenton Neighborhood Association. We submitted a neighborhood small grant last year about this time for promotional expenses for the upcoming Kenton Street Fair. The whole project is based on the Denver Streetscape project, which was a huge renovation of the downtown Denver Avenue area from North Willis up to North Watts Street. It's a 4-block area with sidewalk improvements, street improvements, plus we had the opening of the new Multnomah County Library branch in Kenton, which was a thrilling event for the whole neighborhood to celebrate.
Yes.
And we had also completed the restoration of the Paul Bunyan statue, which is on the National Historic Register. So all of these events occurred tied around the streetscape, and my initial idea was to have a Denver Street celebration to bring all three of these events together. Mm-hmm. And from that idea, I wrote the grant, not knowing exactly what would happen in the spring of 2010, but knowing we'd need money for either printing for publication, flyers, newspaper advertising. We have A-boards that we use for directional signage. So, and I also knew that to be successful in a neighborhood small grant, because the pot of money was only $20,000 total for the 11 neighborhood area of North Portland, that a small amount of money was probably more likely to win than a larger amount. So we put in for $750 with a matching in-kind donation from the Kenton Neighborhood Association of another $500, plus all the volunteer time that would take up to do the event. The Neighborhood Association runs with a board, a core board of elected neighborhood members, which is about 14 people last year. And in addition to those individuals, we were able to kind of start and help fire up the Kenton Business Association, which had been kind of at a lull for several years. Yeah. One of the board members, Jesse Burke, serves on both the Neighborhood Association and the Kenton Business Association. And when they started doing their first monthly meetings about this time last year, I suggested that we have a committee within their business group to support some type of street celebration. And last November and then into December, we started having the first core committee. So that brought together members of the Business Association and the Neighborhood Association, primarily members of the Neighborhood Association that have businesses, so they're here in the neighborhood during work hours during the day. So a lot of our board couldn't participate except as volunteers during the event because of work hours. To help support one another, we divided up into different types of grouping. First of all, we had to pick a date, what they were going to call it, what the scope was going to be, and looking into all the different types of permits and regulations you have to follow for a street fair. So that definitely involved a lot of the business members, because as business people, it works better for them to work with their own community and asking for a day of closure for businesses with the streets being closed. Yeah. So that definitely brought a bigger scope. And then we also worked through the Neighborhood Association, their newsletter that came out in early May to promote the street fair. We were able to deliver any type of specific flyers for permits or street closures to specific neighborhood areas. Our newspaper is called Kenton Connect, and it's delivered by walkers, the Kenton Walkers, so it's not mailed out. So every household gets someone to walk up to the door with the newsletter, with any flyers, and in this case there were several different pieces of literature that combined that notification.
All right.
Because I brought all these people together with like 4 months to plan what we've considered was a massive event with no prior any type of support or knowledge or what was going to happen. So that was really rewarding. The volunteers that came together really pitched in to set it up, not so much to take it down. It's a long day, but we had a crowd that just really overwhelmed what we thought we would have for a street fair. It showed that Kenton has a really strong community and that people are interested in coming to Kenton. We feel we're kind of a special neighborhood. We have a really good downtown, little hometown feel.
I agree.
And we'd love to see more people find out about that.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.